Hey Lash lovers, and welcome back to our video YouTube, whatever it's called. I actually always forget. So
Our YouTube channel.
welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about something very interesting. And as usual, I'm here with the lovely Alicia. Hello.
We want to talk about if eyelash extensions do damage your natural lashes. It's a massive topic people ask all the time. It's probably the number one question lash artists get asked. So if you want to know if eyelash extensions damage your natural lashes or not, we have the truth to tell you because
Absolutely.
I like telling the truth.
And we have a badge that says if you wash your undies, wash your lashes.
Yes.
So wash your lashes.
Yeah.
You got to wash your lashes all the time, and lash extensions don't ruin your eyelashes, but you have to aftercare them. You have to take care of them, and you have to treat them like the rest of your body and wash them. And you're going to give us lots and lots of hints how to keep those
Jody's
lashes.
already answered the question. They don't ruin your natural lashes. Okay, thanks for joining us today. No, I'm joking. They don't. You're right. They don't ruin your natural lashes in the situation that they've been applied correctly, okay, and that you're taking care of them correctly. So Jody hit the nail on the head for that wash your panties, wash your lashes situation. If you wash your lashes, they will last properly and allow your natural lash growth cycle to continue in its natural state and be really safe for the lashes. But also there is another side to it, which is the application. So generally, as a general rule, for those that don't know, an extension would be applied onto a single lash. So an extension could be one single lash extension, like a classic lash, or it could be a fan of extensions, which is multiple lashes grouped into a little fan. And so those lashes are called Russian volume lashes or mega volume lashes. They are still applied to one natural lash. So in those situations, the natural lash just keeps on growing like it always did. It gets to its end phase, it sheds, which means it falls out, and a new lash grows in its place out of the same hair follicle. So in those situations, great, no damage. There's no damage caused there. There's no issues. When damage is caused by application technique is when multiple lashes are stuck together. Either the fans are stuck to each other or single lashes are stuck to each other, and the natural lashes can't grow and shed at their own rate because it's glued to its neighbor. In those situations, it can cause things like pulling out the neighboring lash prematurely when it wasn't ready to go, so you're left with a gap in the lash line. And what we know from like ongoing plucking and hair follicle trauma is that you can cause the follicle not to grow hairs anymore. So, you know, the days of the 90s very thin eyebrows where people plucked their eyebrows to an oblivion and then they could never grow them back again.
They're tattoos now.
Yeah. Now they all have microblading, which is fine, but you can't microblade your eyes. So you don't want to be pulling out your lashes prematurely if you can help it. So you could cause hair follicle trauma by pulling them out prematurely. You can also cause the lashes to be stuck in the hair follicle when it's ready to shed. If it's stuck to the one next to it and it can't get out of the hair follicle, the new hair will still try to grow out of the hair follicle, and you can get an ingrown hair situation, a blocked hair follicle, and cause infections in the hair follicle, and you have like a rotting root of a hair in there as well, which is pretty gross.
So for me, this feels like that has a lot to do with the training. So how the lash artist is actually trained. So if you have clients, I'm assuming this, but if you have clients that keep coming back and saying my lashes are falling out, then you probably have to take a look at either one, how you're educating with the aftercare, or two, how you are applying. Is that a case where you would go back and retrain? Like, is it the lash artist has to take some responsibility if it's a continual thing?
Yeah. So if your client's coming back and saying my lashes are falling out, you need to determine whether they're natural lashes are falling out or if the extensions are falling out, because a lash artist can see, well, you can even see as a lash wearer when you pick up the extension, is there a natural lash attached to it? Is there multiple natural lashes attached to it? If that's the case, then they may have been applied incorrectly, or you're not looking after them well enough that they're clumping together. But yeah, if the natural lash is falling out as well, there could be a number of issues, which is that they're not applied correctly, that you're not looking after them, or that you're just really picking them. So if you're
You're a picker.
if you're a lash artist and your client's coming back and saying, "Oh, my lashes are falling out and they've got massive gaps everywhere," and it's their natural lash, and you know that your application technique has been good, then you could probably look at picking and ask them in a sensitive way that maybe they might have been picking at their lashes, possibly. And just check in on that. But if you're not sure that your application technique was perfect, get onto some more training for sure. Like you can never stop learning as a lash artist. You want to be as trained as possible.
And we need people in the industry to be as trained as possible so that there aren't people walking around saying, "Oh, lash extensions, they ruin your eyes," or "I had my lash extensions done, they were terrible," or whatever reason. As a sector, we need everyone to be trained so that the lash extensions we know are going on well. Then it's up to us to educate them on the next step of aftercare or how to maintain them for retention.
Yeah, and that is why our eyelash extensions have a bad rap out there in the world, because the lash artists were not trained early on. There wasn't really training available in the early days. If we're talking about the 18 years ago, 16 years ago, lash artists,
in the old days.
Guilty, we just made it up and hoped for the best, to be honest, because there was no training. There was no training in Australia to go to when we started our lash salon. We literally had to sort of make it up ourselves. You don't have to do that now, and please don't, because you have so much access to even free training, let alone the amazing courses that are available out there for you. But they have a bad rap because all it takes is one person going around saying, "Eyelash extensions made all my lashes fall out and my lashes have never been the same again, and eyelash extensions are horrible for you," for like hundreds and hundreds of people to say, "I heard that lash extensions ruin your lashes." It didn't even have to happen to them to start bad-mouthing eyelash extensions, giving our whole industry a bad name.
So what about people that say, "I took a break from lashes and went back to them"? What's their reason for that? Like, I know that when I'm not doing the conference scene or speaking, I don't wear lashes every day. It's not that I'm not a fan of them. I do like the look of them, but I'm quite lazy with the aftercare.
The lashes aren't for you.
No. Okay. So I've got
eyelash extensions are not for everybody.
But I don't go around saying that eyelash extensions don't work, because I see that people can keep them on for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm educated with what goes on in the lash industry. So I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but I'm a picker.
Yeah.
So I do pick them out, and then I've got gaps, and then you don't want me to wear mascara and all those other things. So
the thing is, obviously don't get eyelash extensions if you're not willing to protect them. Like, that's something that I would say to a client who is a picker. You need to commit to me that you're not going to pick them, otherwise I can't do them, because you're just going to damage your eyelash extensions, your natural lashes in the long run rather. And I don't have to have that agreement with you, because we know that you're not going to wear them all the time. You're only going to wear them for a short amount of time. I still don't want you to pick them.
No, I don't pick
But that's why we say, as soon as we're done with these conferences, I'll remove the lashes for you. So people that want to take a break, take them for all sorts of reasons. As you know, you don't want them all the time. Some people need a financial break. Some people only like to wear them in summer when they go to the beach every day, but in winter they're just happy to wear mascara, or whatever the reason be. People do like to take breaks, and I think making sure that they are removed properly when they take their break also does eliminate one of those issues where people say, "Oh, they look really short compared to before, they've damaged my natural lashes." And let's be honest, when you're looking at one individual lash, so if you imagine one lash in your mind and it's got one single, thank you for imagining properly.
I was
Jodie,
imagining.
she's got her eyes closed. She's really imagining it. You've got one natural lash and one extension. Now that's been adhered on there for a couple of weeks. You've decided to give your lashes a break for whatever reason. Glue remover is then applied onto that lash and the extension is taken off. Now, that lash may have some minor damage to it, okay, because it has had adhesive put on it and then adhesive stripped off it, okay? But the damage to that particular lash is minimal. maybe a tip has broken off it, which can also easily happen when you're wearing mascara and you're removing it. And I see it so often with eyelash extension curlers. People that curl their eyelashes break the tips off their lashes. So, don't stress about that. And not every single one of your lashes that you've removed is going to have like a tip break off or something more extreme happen to it. It may just have a little bit of external damage, I'll say, in between bunny ears, external damage, because the lash integrity itself has not been compromised. The growth cycle itself has not been compromised. It's just like a to look at, what's that word? Aesthetic kind of damage.
But you do. I will say that when I have the lash extensions removed, I do notice and they've done fine, I do notice that there is some of them that are a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
When I put my mascara on afterwards, I do notice sometimes that there are some shorter ones, but also you've just had really long lashes on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So you look in the mirror and you see long lashes. Like if I woke up in the morning and I had mascara on, then I went to bed at night and I had mascara on, then I had mascara on all day, then if I took the mascara off, I would say the same thing. Oh, my lashes look so short.
Yeah, and you probably have damaged them the same way by wearing mascara for all that
mascara,
time.
I do that. Like I rub my eyes.
Yeah, you can cause just as much damage from wearing makeup on the lashes and cleansing it off and being rough with the natural lashes. And I do think people say, oh, my lashes look so short now. But it's like, yeah, you've had like 3 or 4 extra millimeters of length on your lashes for months. And as a lash artist, we literally can look at every single lash. And I can see which ones taper off into a tip and which one is blunt. So I know which ones have broken. And I could probably even count and say, you've got 6 broken lashes, So I think it is a perception thing. People think it looks so much shorter, or my lashes are blonde. So when I don't have lashes on and I take them off, I'm like, I'm bald. Like I don't have any, do I even have any hairs there? But like I do, they're just blonde and tiny, unfortunately.
So you love your lash extensions.
I'm obsessed.
So we've got our lashes on. We've got lash extensions. We've gone through the beautiful process with a fully qualified lash artist. So the blame can't be the lash artist. Once you send me away, you then send me with instructions to wash your lashes.
Yeah.
And we talked about it a little bit before, but aftercare, it's so important.
It
And
is.
even when I don't wear lash extensions, as we've made that clear. I wash my eyelashes every day still.
Well, you should,
Like every single day I brush and wash my lashes, because during the day, if I am wearing mascara, which I am today, it builds up anyway. I can feel it build up. But even if I don't wear the mascara, I also notice that my lashes get dirty. And when I start rubbing at the end of the day, I used to think it was because I was tired, but I actually know now from being in the industry that it's that they feel heavy.
Yeah.
So, and then you wash them and you get this fresh. So I wash twice a day anyway, without lash extensions. So it's really important.
It is important. Eye health generally is important. There's actually a really good statistic, which I'm not going to say because I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm going to find it.
Carol, producer
Carol, find the statistic for me, because I heard it actually at LashCon. I went to one of the more hygiene talks about eyelashes, and the statistic was about Americans, and how many Americans have dry eye syndrome. And that's not applied to people that are wearing eyelash extensions. That's just the American population. And I can't remember, it was like 1/3 or something. I'm going to get clarification on that. Have dry eye syndrome caused by lash hygiene issues. And we're not talking about lash extensions here. We're just talking about people not washing their eyes, and it leading to ongoing lifelong issues with situations like dry eye syndrome. So
well,
eye hygiene
yourself, when you go
important.
Get your eyes checked. I wear glasses too.
Yeah.
I haven't got them on now, but my son wears contact lenses. And hi, Harry. And he says that every time he goes there, they teach him how to wash his eyes, wash his lashes, and keep them clean. And he always says, "Oh, my mum he's involved with Prolong Lash, so I use a lash. He washes his
such a
lashes
good
because he's got the contact lenses, and they tell him is when
Yeah.
you wear contact lenses and you take them out at night, wash your lashes, because you've had it attracts more dirt with the lenses in. So so he gets told that every time he goes.
Yeah.
And he goes, I wash my lashes with Prolong Lash.
My eyes do feel worse when I wear contacts, to be honest. Like, I do feel like I need to get in with a deeper cleanse, and obviously I cleanse pretty thoroughly anyway, but my eyes always feel more dry and more irritated. And obviously having a contact lens in your eye is one thing, but I do feel like I need an extra good cleanse when I'm wearing contacts.
Well, I can't say the word, Alicia's going to say it, but he actually says my mum's product is
Ophthalmologically tested.
and she said, fabulous, use that. That's a good one. Whatever you do, don't use baby shampoo.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about baby shampoo.
Let's talk about that.
And why you wouldn't use baby shampoo on your eyes. What's the number one reason you wouldn't use
Because you
baby
use it to wash your kids' bums and hairs and stuff. So it's a body wash for kids. Like it's made wash kids' hair. Like it does. Remember the first ads come out, it was like no more tears.
Yes.
Johnson's baby shampoo, no more tears.
Yeah.
So
you think you can get it in your eyes. Well,
to wash the kids' hair, it's not going to get in their eyes, but I would still get my kids to put a face washer over their eyes.
Oh, for sure.
As the shampoo is dripping down. So
we actually reached out to Johnson's & Johnson's probably 2 years ago now, and asked them for a statement on this, and asked them, can you use baby shampoo to wash eyelash extensions? And their roundabout way of saying no was to say the only use for Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo is to wash a child's scalp and hair.
There you go.
So that, to me, is a big no.
Straight out of the horse's mouth.
Yep, because they're saying, no, it's not for anything else. And it's not ophthalmologically tested, which is what you want. If you're going to put something in your eyes, make sure it's been tested to put on your eyes. That's what ophthalmologically tested means. We're not just saying it to sound fancy. What it actually means is it has specifically had tests on people's eyes. And Prolong Lash Cleanser has even had the extra ticks of approval, which is that it passed the ophthalmological tests for sensitive eyes and contact lens wearers as well.
Yeah, well, we have lots of people that wear contacts that ask us if they can use it, and we can confidently say absolutely yes.
You certainly can. It's been tested on
a
wide range.
Whatever you're buying, whatever aftercare product you're buying, and we're not here just to push Prolong Lash, we never do, but make sure it is tested, because it's going in your eyes, and you also want to make sure it's doing the job.
Yeah.
It's no use washing twice a day and the foam runs off, or it doesn't get into the spots you want, or it hasn't got the ingredients in it to remove the actual dirt and everything from your lashes. So whether it's Prolong or whether it's another label, read it. Do some research on it, make sure.
And this is where I'd like to touch on oil-free as well, because as we know, in this day and age of advanced technology and wonderful new products that are getting better and better every day, which is just amazing for the lash industry and we love, lash adhesive is considered to be oil-proof nowadays, which is great. We don't want lashes falling out because of oil. But does that mean that oil-free is the only choice for your lash extensions now? Can you just go and put oil on them? No, it doesn't. Oil builds up in the lash line, and eyelash extensions are porous. They absorb things from around them. So natural oils from your skin. If you're using an oil-based not lash cleanser, but an oil-based cleanser on your lashes, because you'll find that most specific lash cleansers will be oil-free for this reason, that you actually need to get rid of all that build-up and oils in the lash line, and it's a lot harder to clean it off extensions than it is to clean off natural lashes. So it's important to use an oil-free product on there as well.
Well, it's funny, it's completely off topic, but we do that sometimes. I had some knee surgery recently, and in the scar area, there's two different oils that they've told me to use. One's the bio oil, and one's quite an expensive little oil that works just on the scar, that I'm very lucky to have a friend that gave that to me. And I'm not allowed to use that very expensive little product until I thoroughly wash the bio oil off the scar. Even if it's been 2 days,
right,
I still have to get in there and intensely clean around the scar to put the other stuff on, because she said the oil stays in the skin, residues in the skin. So like lashes, which are part of skin, have the same cells.
It'll be on your eyelid.
It'll be on your eyelids, and so I have to thoroughly wash, which I actually do use Prolong Lash to wash the oil off, because that's what it says on the bottle. So, and then to apply the other. So if it's building up on your natural skin, you know yourself, when you hop in a pool after you put Blockout on, it goes all in the water. You can see the oil go in the water. So it has to come off your skin. You're told to wash it off, then you're told to do all that. It's the same as your lashes. It's part of your skin.
It is. Yeah, really important. So yeah, basically you're not going to get lash damage from eyelash extensions is the answer.
But
you need to make sure they're applied correctly.
Number one.
You're washing them very thoroughly with an ophthalmologically tested and specifically made eyelash extension cleanser. And don't pick them. Don't pull at them.
Don't pick on me.
And as long as you do those things and schedule your refills at reasonable intervals, make sure you're not leaving them for 5 weeks at a time. And then, the longer you leave them, the more likely, even with good lash care, the more likely they are to get tangled, to catch on each other, things like that. As long as you're going in, say, every 3 weeks to your lash artist, they can be assessing your lashes, making sure that there's no lash damage occurring. Any lash artist worth their salt will be checking your lash line every time and would make a note and say, looks like you're missing a couple of lashes here. Did you pull them out? Did they get caught on a towel? Did something happen? And just making sure that there's no damage occurring. So if you're doing those things,
ask.
No, absolutely.
If you see there's gaps and you see that, and you know you're not a picker, I can't say anything because I pick. So when I go to Alicia, she knows I picked them. But if you really genuinely think that they've fallen out and they shouldn't have, you speak to your lash artist and ask the question.
Yeah, absolutely. They do want to know if you have concerns. They care about your lash health as much as you think a lash artist is just doing lashes and they just want to make their money from doing lashes. You would be surprised to know how many people actually truly care about their clients' lash and eye health. When we went to LashCon, the eye health talk that I went to that was talking about lash hygiene must have been the biggest talk I had been to. Like, there was literally hundreds of people in that room that wanted to know how to better care for their clients' eye health, and people care.
Your lash artist cares.
Yeah.
You're proud of your work and you want it to be walking around there.
And if your lash artist doesn't care, get a new lash artist.
Exactly.
So yeah, basically, no, your lashes are safe with the lash extensions as long as you follow those simple things. It sounds full on because we've been rattling on about it for ages, but it's simply down to having a good lash artist and having a good aftercare product.
Yeah.
And not touching them.
There you go. So I hope that helps you with some myths and some. But look, everyone has different opinions about everything, and I just think you just have to stick to what the industry standard is, which is always the good lash artist and the good aftercare.
Yeah.
There's no one that's not saying that. It's a message across the board. As I said, my hint is just make sure you're using the right cleanser to wash with.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
Thanks for joining us today. I hope that helps you a little bit with Alicia's expertise in this area.
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, please. Feel free to share with your lash friends or anyone that's getting lashes and maybe is having some lash concerns. We can hopefully help everyone, and we just want to make our industry as elite as possible and safe as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll share it with your clients. Get your clients on listening to podcasts or watching YouTube channels, so that they are aware that it's not just you saying it, that you're not just saying it for the $180 or the $70 or the $210, that it's actually an educational piece to help them keep their investment.
Yeah. And jump onto our socials. We're always sharing educational tidbits on there. Don't be afraid that you're going to follow Prolong Lash and just be sold to 24 hours a day. We love sharing information. We love sharing funny things on TikTok. We love sharing educational things on Instagram and Facebook. So jump on there. We've got our blog page on our website. Absolutely chock-a-block full of information. Anything that you could need to know about lashes or lash business is on there pretty much. And we have our podcast as well, the Aussie Lash Wives, which you can get anywhere that you listen to your favourite podcasts.
Fantastic.
Jump onto www.prolonglash.com as well to buy Prolong Lash, and .au for Australia.
Oh, yeah, there you go. What a big mouthful that is.
I know. I've practiced.
You have. So we'll see you next time. But thanks for joining us. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, guys.